What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm working on malt walker. Today's project is replacing the wheel bearing. I'm not sure if the passenger side is bad or not, but the driver's side is definitely bad. It's just making too much noise, so it's hard to distinguish if the passenger side is also bad or not. But let me clarify, this is the front wheel bearing. These are press-in bearings. So what I got here, this is the wheel bearing for the front, and then this is the outer seal, and then this is the inner seal. And back here, put these down. Back here is where the CV axle also has a seal, and the seal's right here in the back here. So yeah, that is today's project. So I'll show you guys what needs to be done to replace the bearings. So I am cheating a little bit today. I'm using a hub grappler. That's for doing wheel bearings up front. But for the most common way to do this is people use a hydraulic press. But this way is just easier and makes the job faster. So, alright, so the first thing you need to do is loosen up the brake caliper. And there's another bolt right here to loosen up this bracket that holds the brake hose. So that's what I'm gonna be doing next. Looks like the bolt's been changed, because I believe it should be a 17, but the top one is a 19. Alright, so first is you just want to loosen up the caliper bolts. I left the top one in place so the caliper doesn't drop, and then I switch over and take this bolt off. This is a 12. Alright, so now you can see that it's loose. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take off the ABS sensor. Usually you don't have to, you can just undo the clip. But I need to take off the ABS sensor regardless. Well, normally if you do just the brakes, you don't have to take off the ABS sensor. But I'm doing the wheel bearing, so I have to take it off, therefore, so I don't end up damaging the sensor. So yep, so the ABS sensor is a 10 mil. And then usually if you just wiggle it, I'm not sure if this one's going to come off, but normally if you just wiggle it, it should pop off. Nope, so it is not moving. Alright, so what I ended up doing was I put the screwdriver right here and I tapped it in with the hammer, and I slowly pulled the sensor out. You gotta be very careful doing this so you don't break the sensor. Yeah, the previous owner of this vehicle, they did not off-road at all, and they did not keep up with their maintenance. So a lot of these stuff are, you know, beyond well, they knew that it was bad, and then they just, you know, they ignored it, because this bearing was really loud. Yeah, there's really not much room to grab the sensor. Just gotta play with it so that you don't damage it and break it. I mean, these ABS sensors overall, they're not expensive. They're pretty cheap, but you know, you don't break it. Don't spend the money if you don't have to. There we go. So the only thing that's holding it in is there's a there was an O-ring. Oh, O-ring stuck in there, but there's an O-ring that seals this sensor so water doesn't get in. But yeah. So this is the O-ring right here. The O-ring is supposed to come out with the sensor, but I'm gonna be replacing this O-ring. I mean, they're pretty cheap. It's like I'll have a whole box of O-rings that I'm sure one of them will fit. So I'll clean that up once I have it apart. So while we are here, I'm going to go ahead and remove this tie rod in, so that I can pull the whole spindle out and take the axle out. So that should be this nut should be a 17, I believe. Nope, that's a 19. So the trick is, because this is almost like a press fit or really tight fit. Once you tighten up this nut, it pulls the shaft up, and then it gets stuck. So normally you use like a puller. It shoves in here above the boot, and then it presses down up here on the stud, and it'll pop it off. But a trick that's a lot faster and you don't risk damaging the boot right here is to just smack it right here with the hammer. So right here. Yeah, that's it. So see how it popped out. So you take the nut back, take the nut the rest of the way off, and then yeah, that's it. So it right here, it's tapered, so it gets wedged in the knuckle, and that's what you gotta, you know, when you hit this, it vibrates the knuckle, and that's what causes it to pop off or become loose. Yep. So from here, I'm gonna go back and get the caliper completely off. Yeah, so the caliper should be loose now, and this is called a caliper hanger, and it does exactly what it's called. It you know, you can hang the caliper off with this. Just like that. And then for me, I'm just going to hang it off of the the strut. So from here, I'm taking the rotor off, just like that. And then I need to take this cap off. Just like that. This is the cap. And then the next step is to get the cotter pin out and then take the axle nut off. Alright, and then I need to find out what size this axle nut is. So it's a 35. And then next thing, make sure the axle is not seized in the hub. So you take a dead blow. And the axle is a little bit seized. So I'll use an air hammer for that. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. There you go. You guys saw how that moved. That's what you wanted to do. And then the next step is to get the bolts on the bottom for the ball joint. Alright, so you see how the ball joint separated. Now the spindle's free. And then you just push the axle out. Just like that. Yeah, so this tool is called a hub grappler. It allows you to change wheel bearing while the whole spindle is still on the vehicle. Alright, so the next step is to take this gasket off. Yeah, normally this gasket is pretty easy to pop off, but there's a lot of rust that formed. There's a lot of rust, so it was stuck in place. Normally I just tap it in the back with a, yeah, just one tap and it pop out, but this one was stuck. Next step is to remove this snap ring right here. Yeah, this is a snap ring that you got to take off. Alright, so I went ahead and got the snap ring off. This is the snap ring. It goes right here. So once the snap ring is off, you can finally get the bearing out. So the axle's in the way, so I'm gonna end up zip tying the axle out of the way. Alright, so the axle is in the way. I zip tied it up to this brake line bracket, and that's the back adapter and then the front adapter. Yep, so That's the old wheel bearing. So for me personally, I like to lube this surface where the bearing rides on. It just makes the installing the bearing a lot easier. And this is just brake grease. Yep, so the hub is on, and I'll put a new seal there. I just got to put a new seal back here, and then ABS sensor. Yeah, the camera's rolling. Sorry. I am.
When is your next video supposed to come out?
Tomorrow.
But you don't have one?
Not a mechanic one.
Oh, you have something else though, right?
Yep, so that's basically it. The only thing left to do is to put the tires on and go home. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, this is somewhat entertaining. But normally this kind of job will take me like an hour and a half or so. So filming, moving the camera around and stuff like that takes a little bit longer. But it's still not too bad. I think it took me 2.5 hours. So right now it's 8:52, so it's almost 9. So it's getting late. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And so this is up for debate. I'm thinking about scaling back on my upload. So currently I'm doing 2 uploads a week, Mondays and Fridays. So I'm thinking about scaling back. Maybe we'll just go to 1 video a week. That way it gives me more time to work on the content and hopefully bring you guys better content. Yeah, let me know, you guys like the mechanic stuff more or the off-roading trips more. And as of right now, yeah, so I got 35s for mall crawler. They are 35 KO2s. So I'm still waiting for the lift kit. Update on the lift kit. The 5th gen 4runner lift kit does not fit these. The front are too long. The front shocks are about 2.5 inches longer than the 3rd gen, and with the stock upper control arm, it's just not going to fit because the control arm hits the spring. There may be ways around that. If you get like a tubular upper control arm, it may clear, but with it being longer and me not having a diff drop, the axle is going to bind. So I decided to wait on it and not install the Bilsteins on these. So that Bilstein shocks that went on Miles 5th gen 4runner. So yeah, that's where we're at now. Thank you guys for watching. You have a good day.